Andrews, Executive Director of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Rob Jones, President of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce. All right.
We've got a busy show planned this morning.
There's going to be a lot of great information. Again, we're back here at the beautiful new annex of the City Hall.
Yeah, and the current City Hall.
Yes. Because if you go in the other one right now, you might have boards falling on your head or some of that under the construction, right?
Yeah, they're going to remodel it.
So if we could, how about Ryan first? Let's jump to our sponsor slide, please. And Rachel, who do we have?
So we are super thankful for Marshfield Chevrolet, Las Guazelas, West Spring Oak Golf Course, all for supporting our show, because without our sponsors, we don't have a show.
That's right.
That's right. And our viewers too. So thank you, viewers, for tuning in each week to see all of our shenanigans.
Is that what it is? It's called shenanigans. Huh?
Shenanigans.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously people can't see the whole room, but you kind of see the backdrop of what we're in here.
It's beautiful.
We're in the main conference room for the City Hall now. And I guess it's going to stay this way. This will be the main meeting room going forward.
It's beautiful.
So it is. And I love how it's laid out here in modular. So they can move it around and set it up and tear it down and do whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
right?
It's gorgeous.
Hey, how about, let's talk about yesterday.
Yesterday was our networking event at Las Guazelas. First of all, the food was great.
Absolutely. Always.
It is always great there.
And it was Monday.
No. Oh, yes, Monday. Oh, my goodness. How could we forget Monday?
That's right.
So if you don't know yet, Las Guazelas opened a second location in Ozark. And my mom and I went Monday, and I think you and Chris went Monday
Chris
as well.
and I were one of the first ones in the door. Yes.
The food was awesome.
Great.
And the service was wonderful. But the building. The building is beautiful.
A very neat building.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, there's plenty of posts going on Facebook.
So it's in Ozark. And I will let you tell people how to get there, because my mom and I took a wrong turn.
It's close to Billy Gale's. If you can find your way to Billy Gale's, you drive right by it.
Yeah, we took a wrong turn and kind of lost our way, but we found it.
Let's get back onto our networking event.
So yesterday was we had a lot of people there. A lot of networking was going on, but during our round robin, we learned a little bit about Webco Manor and a fabulous new what's the word I'm looking
for?
Addition to what they're going to be able to do. Are we going to talk about that right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead. But we did. The networking event, we had a great turnout. So a lot of new people, which is always great for our networking events.
We had 4 of our new chamber members.
That's right. Showed up.
Yes.
And then we had some old, should I say old? Recycled dogs, folks that have been involved with the chamber for a long time. Folks like Dwayne Lavery. Haven't seen Dwayne for a while. And Mr. Bradley Daniels, who hasn't been to one for a good while. So how's that? We're calling you out, Bradley, again.
Thank you, by the way, for coming, Bradley.
We promised we'd stop the hazing.
I was going to say, we picked on him a little bit there.
A lot. Everybody did in the whole room.
And Sue Miner brought us flowers. Yeah. And did you give yours to Chris last night?
Yes, I did.
Well, good. Mine's still on my kitchen table. But Sue Miner gave us all a flower as we were leaving yesterday. So that was nice. There was just a lot of excitement.
Beautiful rose for everybody.
Yes.
So that was kind of a very pleasant surprise.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about what's going on at Webco Manor. How's that?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it? Or do you
want me to? I'll start.
Okay.
You jump in and fill in the blanks.
Absolutely.
How's that? So as we're doing our round robins as part of our networking event, we all talk about who we are, what we're doing, and some significant things going on. And yesterday, Webco Manor stood up and started telling us about they have a new dialysis machine, if I can say it, coming, which is going to be a fantastic addition to Marshfield.
I think this is huge news.
It is.
I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, because that means people are not going to have to drive to Springfield for their dialysis. Now, bear in mind, this is not going to happen overnight.
Right.
They are in the infancy stage of this, I believe.
It's 4 steps, and they're starting step 2.
Yes.
But the key is they have contract signed. So
yes.
That's the good side of it.
Yes. So as we learned yesterday, this is coming to Marshfield, guys. So this is huge news. I mean, because dialysis isn't something that you can just do once a month or sometimes even once a week. It's almost like a every other day thing.
Well, and Webco was telling us about when they have to take people to Springfield. They literally have to have staff load them up, and basically you lose a whole day from a staff member plus the person that they're hauling.
Yes.
So now
less wear and tear on both the staff and the patient.
Absolutely.
So
they'll be
it's
right
huge
there
news.
in the building.
Yes.
And how about talk a little bit about what we learned about how did they come by to get this dialysis machine?
This
is
is
the greatest
incredible.
part,
Yes,
too.
this is incredible. So we often wonder, like, how much of an influence does our networking events have with our community, with our businesses? Because we don't always see, how the connections are made.
Right.
But we learned yesterday through visiting with Jack and Travis
Yes.
that the way this connection came to be was at our March networking event. Carly Brown was there with Cox Health, and Jack and Travis were there from Webco.
And they happened to be sitting
And
at the same
yes.
table.
And so the conversation began, and that is how this all came to be. And because of these conversations and our networking event, that's how we're getting this dialysis machine.
Marshfield and Webco
Yes.
will now have a dialysis.
So if you are ever wondering about our networking events and whether or not it's important that you show up, I would say definitely try it, because you have no idea the connections that you can make.
That's right. I mean, you never know who's going to be in the room.
Yeah.
In that case, it was perfect.
It was
So,
incredible. So our next one will be in June. We don't know the date just yet, so I will have
probably
details.
around June 17th, 18th, something like that.
Mid-June is when our next one will be. So go ahead and make plans now. Just kind of save the middle of the month on a Wednesday is usually when we have them. I don't know that date yet, but I'll get more information out soon so you can start planning towards those. But I think they're incredible, and I think they're important. Just because of the connections that you can make.
That one event.
Right.
The results of that one event make everything worthwhile for a year. That's right.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's great. Hey, let's get moving on.
All right.
Let's talk about teacher baskets, and I'll let you take it because I always get too confused. How's that?
Let me find my paper because this is important. So each year, the Marshfield School District recognizes 2 teachers that have gone above and beyond during that year. We don't have anything to do with how they're picked. Honestly, I don't even know that we ever know who they are.
No.
And it doesn't matter.
It
really doesn't matter, because I think all teachers go above and beyond. But the school district chooses these teachers, and they have reached out to the chamber and asked if we would reach out to our chamber members and even our businesses that aren't chamber members. For this particular thing, we just want all businesses to be involved, to show their love to these 2 teachers. One will go to the teacher of the year, and one will go to the support staff of the year. So if your business would like to donate something, it doesn't have to be anything big.
Nothing big.
Nothing extravagant. We just want to reach out to the business community and say, hey, help us fill 2 baskets for these teachers, just to show them our love and show them that Marshfield loves their teachers.
Yeah, I mean, $5 off gift certificate, just anything.
Like business swag would work too. If you would be willing to donate, just reach out to me at the chamber. You can call the office at 417-859-3925. If you're in Marshfield, you can call me. I'm happy to come pick it up. You can also drop it off at the chamber office. You can take it to Ruth's Flowers. We are going, between Sue and the girls at Ruth and us, we're going to collect the items, and then I will take the items I have to Sue, and then they will make the baskets.
Right.
Because I don't have a creative bone in my body.
You do the collection, they do the reward, the creativity.
That's right. Because those girls, they're just creative geniuses.
Right.
They do a fabulous job.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Ryan, can we go to quickly our golf tournament slide? And let's talk about the chamber golf event here real quick. How's that?
That's right. So our golf tournament is going to be June 14th. It's our Marshfield Classic 2-man scramble. And this event usually sells out. It's a fun day on the greens. I don't know very much about golf. I'm so thankful for Jason at Whispering Oaks, because
he carries it.
He does. He really does. And he just takes care of us. I just say, Jason, this is what I have. And he takes it from there. If you're interested in joining the tournament, we have 2 tee times. We have 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have 1:30. And you can scan that barcode right there. I'm sorry, QR code. And that will take you directly to register for the tournament. I will also put the link in our Facebook post after the broadcast, whatever it's called. The show. Okay. After the show is over, so you can just click on that link if that's easier for you. But we also have sponsorship opportunities available.
Right.
Whether you're a golfer or not a golfer, there will be, over 100 golfers on the course. Is that right? Do I have that right? There'll be over 100 golfers on the course that day. We have several hole sponsorships available. That means all these golfers are going to see your sign on the golf course that day. And the hole sponsorships are $100. and you get a whole day of golfers seeing your business. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, just reach out to me at the chamber. You can call 417-859-3925, or you can email me, director@discovermarshfield.com, and I can get you the information on that. We do have a limited number of higher level sponsorships available. So if you're interested in that, I think we have the one I'm thinking of right now is the beverage cart sponsor. That is available. I'm sure there's others. I just can't think of them at the moment. But yeah, we would love to have you sponsor the tournament and join us on the course that day.
That's
too.
right. We still have the slots available for the actual players.
Yes.
And then also, how about a projected payout,
yes.
right? I mean, that's something we don't push enough.
We don't, because like, I don't know, but that would be a lot of purses. But John won't let me play.
Yeah.
So we are going to be giving out over $12,000 in prize money. That's cash money that we're going to be giving out that day.
That's right.
That's a lot of money. So if you're considering playing, I mean, that would be a good nudge, because that's a lot of purses.
Well, and a lot of people come out and they play and have fun.
Yes.
And they're really not there for the money, but at the end, it's a good reward.
It is. And it's a fun day on the course. We always have a good time. Mm-hmm. Sheila's is going to be catering that day for lunch. So yeah, it'll be a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so reach out to Rachel, and let's get that going.
Yeah.
If we could, Ryan, how about quickly, let's go to a commercial break.
Perfect.
And then we're going to come back with Sam and Mark, and we're going to learn what's going on in the city.
That's right.
Welcome to Whispering Oaks Golf Course, located in Marshfield, Missouri, alongside historic Route 66. From the clubhouse to the grounds and to the course, our members and the community take pride in this wonderful course. So when you are ready to tee it up and play some golf, come make Whispering Oaks your golf course destination. You will be glad you came, and as always, have a great day.
It's harvest season at Marshfield Chevrolet. Whether you're working in the fields, hauling cattle to market, or a night out on the town, the Chevrolet Silverado is the most capable full-size pickup on the road. And right now at Marshfield Chevrolet, farmers and ranchers, you pay what we pay. That's right, employee pricing on all new in-stock Silverados. Stop by, check out our inventory at Marshfield Chevrolet, just 20 minutes on I-44, exit 100, or shop online, marshfieldchevrolet.com. It's harvest season at Marshfield Chevrolet. Whether you're working in the fields, hauling cattle to market,
Introducing our guest today.
Yeah. So our guests are no strangers to Good Morning Marshfield. We're excited to welcome back Sam Roast, who's the city administrator of Marshfield, and Ryan, and Mark Baker, who is the parks director with City of Marshfield. Thank you both for joining us today. There's a lot of stuff going on in the city.
There's
both with the Parks Department and the city.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Mark, we're going to start with you this round.
Absolutely. Yeah, probably the biggest thing that we've got going right now is the pool is getting ready to open 1 week from this Saturday.
Wow.
Memorial Day weekend kind of crept up in the calendar this year, so there's a little bit of extra time. We're opening on the 24th, which is a week from this Saturday.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
The pool's full. So
we're in full swing, getting ready to go. We've got lifeguard classes going, and people are cleaning things up. The pool is full. The chemicals are balanced, and we're getting it ready to go for people.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Is it warm yet?
No, it's brave enough to go. It's there. It's
This heat wave is helping.
It's cold.
So we talked about that. I mean, talking about some other stuff going on. I mean, we've been talking just a little bit ago. We're talking about pickleball. Tell us what's going on pickleball. And
well, pickleball is all the rage, not just here in the Ozark area, but across the nation. It's one of the fastest growing sports, and it has been for the last probably decade. And so we are really looking into putting some dedicated pickleball courts in one of our parks.
Mhm.
And it is chained behind a couple of other city projects. You know, I'd love just
Right.
for to be parks, but we've got to take our place in line with some of the other big city projects that are going on. But we are certainly excited to be able to do that. And,
Yeah, because we're going to do it in house, right? We're going to do it with city staff, and so there are some other projects that have to be done first. But you know, we just completed the tennis courts, right? We partnered with the school,
Right.
which was a great partnership, and so people are really using it, and people can use that for pickleball. They're
Mhm.
not height nets, and they're not painted specifically
Right.
for pickleball, just so that they can hold their Misha events and stuff for tennis. But our other courts that we're going to build in house, they'll be specifically for pickleball.
Mhm.
So hopefully by the end of the midsummer, in summer, hopefully we'll have something in place where you can actually go play pickleball and set up just for pickleball.
Right.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
And then we also talked about like some of the summer events, summer sports, some of that stuff going. What's going on?
Well, hey, I do want to highlight one thing. I mean, a lot of people use our parks passively, so it's
Mhm.
not a specific event. I do want to say every single swing in our entire system will be brand new. Here in a week or so, we should have the rest of those swings put up, including one kind of dynamic swing that allows a child and a parent to swing together facing one another.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Pretty cool,
new
yeah.
design. It'll be at Rotary Park, and that'll be a neat feature as well. A lot of the other events have to do with the pool. I mean, we've got a night swim that's going on the first Saturday night in August. I do want to point out our water aerobics program. We do have a dynamic water aerobics program. We've got a phenomenal instructor. Her name is Jen Bell, and she'll be actually adding a new class this year, late in the season, called aqua pole. And there's actual poles in the water that stick to the bottom of the pool, and they do aqua pole, and you can do things on that pole with the buoyancy in the water that you absolutely could not do on land. So
Maybe we need to do a live show with you two out there doing one of those shows, or one of those classes, right?
As long as you're doing this.
Yeah, I didn't say that was part of it. Yeah.
I would like beach whale. Right.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun offer.
That will be fun.
And how do people learn about this? How about they kind of study, find out? Who do they contact?
You know, we've got a great website, marshfieldparks.org. They can give us a call at 417-859-7660, or they can visit us on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And what
Great.
about baseball and t-ball and little sluggers?
We've got those registrations are filling up. I did just ask. There are a few spots that are left open, and there's something for everybody. We go through t-ball, baseball, softball for youth, and we have a special program. It's called Little Sluggers, and it's for 2 and 3 years old. We've designed that specifically because the community, when we do surveys and stuff and say, what do you want? What do you want? They want stuff for the littles. So we made this program specially designed for them. It's got a soft bat and a soft ball.
It's pretty fun.
And the parents are out on the field with them, helping them to field and, know where to run. And that has been hugely successful, and it is a lot of fun.
So we're going to have to get some video of some of that to put on here and show, because that'd be fantastic, right?
For sure.
That'll be fun.
Good.
Lots of stuff going on in the Parks Department this summer.
Oh yes, summer is our busy time, and it's a lot of volunteers that come on and join us as coaches. And I do want to point out real quick the summer swim team. A lot of people don't know that we have a swim team as well. When we're talking youth sports, they're thinking volleyball, baseball, basketball. We do have a swim team as well, and people can register before May 28th and join that if they're interested.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
So if people have questions about either the swim team or the pool or any of the baseball, softball stuff in the littles, do they just contact down here at the City Hall?
They can give us a call at that phone number. Marshfieldparks.org has all of our contact information in it. They can shoot an email out. We've got information out on Facebook.
Good.
Or, hey, we love to see people too. They can come into the office right here and interact with us, and we'll give them all the information they want to
And it's beautiful here. If you haven't had a chance to come down here yet, it's gorgeous.
So one of the other things that we're trying to do too, we're trying to partner. We're currently partnering with the school on another little project over behind the pool, kind of in our Patriot Patriot Park. We own about 40 acres out there. And so we're not using a big portion of it right now. We have a master plan. And of course, it takes time to plan and then money to make something happen, right?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're trying to utilize some of that property. And so they had kind of approached us, and we were trying to do a cross-country trail for them.
Oh.
And so pretty quick, I think within the next couple weeks, there'll be a spot out there where they can get a couple laps in, and they'll get their 5K. So it'll be kind of through some of the grass and then through some of the wooded area. But it's not just for the school, right? I mean, it kind of ties into our trail that's already out there that goes all the way out to the interchange. And so I'd encourage people, hey, use it. Like I run quite a bit. I will be using it. So, but that's what it's there for, is for the use for the public, but then also for the schools so they can hold their own events and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be really good. Yeah, it'd be really cool. Yeah.
Well, we've talked about all the fun stuff that Mark has. How about, Sam, some of the other projects the city has going on? Because I know it's a list just as long as Mark's.
Sure, yeah, they may not be as fun and as exciting, but I mean, we do have we do have a lot going on, right? We've kind of talked about this building here. Many people know it as the old Sheila's building, right? And so, kind of has a different vibe to it when you walk in now. But it is.
There was no breakfast here.
There was not. No big cinnamon rolls, right?
No biscuits and gravy.
But we've currently moved all of our city offices down here to this building at 915 South Marshall. Think we'll probably be down here for, somewhere between 8 and 12 months while we're remodeling our other building. We had just outgrown it. We had 2 to 3 people in multiple offices in that building, and it just was not being very functional. So we were able to purchase this building. And so when the remodel is done and everything is done at that building, the Parks Department will stay down here in this building where we're at now. So this will be a.
So you
Parks,
get the nice building.
It is awesome.
So this will be a Parks and Rec building, but the boardroom will stay down here. So in that other building up there, there'll be a couple of small conference rooms, so that if we have a development meeting, if you're wanting to do something, we won't have to run down here for every meeting. So we'll be able to house a meeting of 6 or 8 people up there. But if we have our larger, like our city hall meeting or our board of aldermen meetings, planning and zoning, park board and stuff, the meeting room will always be down here now. And so it's going to be very functional. It's very close in proximity. I would tell people if you're coming to pay your utility bills, obviously you can pay online, but we do have a drive-through here. We have a night drop here. But then the mailing address will stay the same. So we're keeping our mailing address up there. So no need to change it for that.
Right.
So, but yeah.
How about the police department? I know we're talking about remodeling. Let's keep talking.
Yeah. So it's just a year, a couple of years for that, right? We haven't really done any of that for probably, I've been here 25 years. Probably haven't done much of that in 20 years, right? So it's kind of time to do some things. And so the police department, if you guys will remember, we went out to the voters and asked them to approve an additional sales tax for public safety. So part of that was hiring new officers. I'm happy to say that we've hired all but one, and so we're looking for one more candidate. We've been able to add the equipment that we promised. All of our vehicles now have radar guns. It had
a new vest.
It had new vest. And it had just some safety equipment, some other stuff that I won't go into, but had some other safety equipment that went into it. But another big portion of that was remodeling that building, right? As you can imagine, we added on officers, and that was remodeled 20 years ago. So the needs have changed.
Right.
The functionality have changed. Positions have changed, by the adding of detectives and sergeants, and just needed some room for separation in there. So we're probably about 80% done with what I would call phase 2 of probably 4 phases. And so they're actually showing up today to start putting some of the flooring in for phase 2. So really exciting stuff, right? And Chief Fannin has done a great job with putting a great team together. And like I said, we're about one short of our goal of having all of our officers hired. So exciting stuff. Yeah.
And how about moving right on to the sewer project?
Yeah. So, not maybe not one of the most exciting things to talk about, right? But hey, it's got to go somewhere, right? And so we get it all. So you guys may remember as well that we Mayor McNish and I had made several trips to Jeff City, and we were successful in getting awarded a $5 million appropriation from the state. And so that was in a big collaboration with some of our local legislators and then at the state level, right? So again, a big shout out to John Black and Curtis Trent for helping us through that process. And so, but in that, what we promised Jeff City is that we would extend sewer out into that new development out there for 103.
Right.
And so that's what that $5 million was there for. It wasn't set aside for anything up here in town. It wasn't set aside for paving roads. It wasn't set aside for this or that. It was specifically for economic development in that area.
Right.
And so altogether, it's about an $8 million project. So we had a couple $1 million setting aside from the ARP funds that was set aside from the state. And so our board said, hey, we see a real need, and we're going to set that aside for sewer. And so that, along with the $5 million that we got from the state, that's what we're doing with it. And so there's some work to be done at the plant, and then some work to be done out by the interchange. But we're probably about 25%. We spent a couple $1 million. Everybody probably saw the hole going underneath the road, and so we bored underneath the highway. We've got that done, and we've awarded the bid for the collection system. And so now we're out to rebid for the treatment plant. So just exciting stuff. And hopefully, it's one of those things where we get calls from developers and said, hey, what land do you have available? We're looking at investing. And the one thing that always comes back to is, well, call me when the sewer's in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So the project is planned to be wrapped up no later than the end of 2026. So I know that still sounds a little bit far out,
But at least
but I mean,
it's
it'll
good.
be here. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming.
It is. And, whenever we started talking about, I read through some documents where it started getting talked about until the interchange went in, it was 50 years.
Wow.
Right. I mean, that from the first time it was talked about until it came to fruition, it was around 50 years. And so this is kind of following up on that, right? We've set the stage for development. We've set the stage for a new corridor. And so hopefully it's not a field of dreams things. If you build it, they will come, right? But by default, the spur's built out. We don't have a lot of commercial lots. And so if they're going to develop, I mean, the stage is set for that development out there.
And it's hard because people don't understand to grow. You first have to have that infrastructure.
Right.
You do.
And that's what you're doing.
And
that foundation.
Growth follows infrastructure every time.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the growth we've seen in other communities, their infrastructure was just, they'd kind of paved the way for it. So we're just kind of, we're getting there now. Yeah.
How about one more project? How about the cemetery?
Yeah. So we've been working for the last, I'd say, year to 18 months on a couple different things. So people may or may not know, we obviously owned the city cemetery, which is not super common for a city. But then we own all the property all the way back over to the water tower back behind it to the west. And past boards have bought that for future expansion. So we're looking at two different things. We're looking at opening up a new section in the back of that. We're getting down to a number of grave spaces that we need to probably start looking at that. But then as well, we have a spot over there that's really wet. It stays wet all year round, and it just doesn't drain very well. And so looked at that, and it's not super desirable. People don't want to buy spaces in there because of the water. And so we were like, hey, if we're not going to do anything under the ground, what can we do on top of it? Well, right now, if you have a cremation or, if we have a service, we don't have anything for that above ground. Like we don't have a cremation wall. They're actually called niche structures. And so we don't have anything like that. And so what we're doing is working through a layout of what that might look like so that we can provide that for just any average Joe that may want to have a cremation service. And we're trying to implement also something for the veterans as well, right? And so I think it's going to be pretty cool. Like right now, you can have a cremation service, obviously, but you do the same thing. You buy a space, you have to bury them, and so just looking at different ways to expand and give some different options because cremation is the way the industry's going. Right. It really is.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, and I mean, we were already talking about come back in September and try to do another update again because we could talk to you guys every week.
Oh, sure.
With what we have, and definitely every month.
Sure.
So thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And again, folks, get a chance, get down here, see the new annex, we're going to call it, right?
Yeah.
Can I just mention one more thing?
Okay. What's
Are
that?
you sure?
I don't know. It always scares me.
I know. So
Did you say squirrel first?
no, I forgot to say squirrel. So this weekend is the yard sales, right?
Yeah.
Is citywide yard sales?
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
It's been the topic for about an hour.
Yeah.
Here. Have
Yeah.
fun. All right.
Yep,
so
so-
thank you guys.
Yes.
And if we could, Ryan, how about we jump to a commercial and we'll do a quick close?
That sounds good.
It's harvest season at Marshfield Chevrolet. Whether you're working in the fields, hauling cattle to market, or a night out on the town, the Chevrolet Silverado is the most capable full-size pickup on the road. And right now at Marshfield Chevrolet, farmers and ranchers, you pay what we pay. That's right, employee pricing on all new in-stock Silverados. Stop by, check out our inventory at Marshfield Chevrolet, just 20 minutes on I-44, exit 100, or shop online, marshfieldchevrolet.com.
Welcome to Whispering Oaks Golf Course, located in Marshfield, Missouri, alongside historic Route 66. From the clubhouse to the grounds and to the course, our members and the community take pride in this wonderful course. So when you are ready to tee it up and play some golf, come make Whispering Oaks your golf course destination. You will be glad you came, and as always, have a great day.
Okay, now we're back.
We are.
All right, Rachel. So a tremendous amount of information, and
Yes.
again, we could do an
Good
hour show and
information,
Never
yes.
touch all of
Yes,
it. We
yes,
need to really
yes.
get on, but hopefully, it helps people understand what's going on. So, if we could please, let's talk about our events and talk about some of what's going
Yeah.
on.
So along with all the yard sales today or this weekend, there are tons of stuff going on. This weekend is graduation for Marshfield. So that is exciting.
Mhm.
Um,
And Rachel didn't have her paperwork.
I do. I
ready.
apologize. I did not have my papers in order. So Marshfield's graduation will be Sunday, May 18th at the O'Reilly Family Event Center at 3:00. So if you have a friend or family member graduating, you want to make sure that you're there to support them.
All right.
Also,
How about Elkland?
Elkland is going to have their first of the summer play days. It'll be Friday at 7:00 out there at the Elkland Lions Club. And then moving right
And they
on.
do those all summer long.
They do. That's
Play
the
days.
first one. They
Yes.
have one in May, June, July, August, and September. And it looks like, they're going to have something for Halloween in October. So that'll be
Yeah.
fun too.
One a month.
Yeah.
On Friday nights at 7:00.
Yeah. And I think they'll have maybe some more information on their
Oh,
Facebook
yeah.
page.
Right.
So check that out.
Be a lot more detail.
Yes. Marshfield Saddle Club is also going to have their buckle series starting. Theirs will be May 24th, and they will have, looks like they've got 4 lined up, May, June, July, and September. They will also have more information on Facebook as
Right.
well. So check out their Facebook page for more information.
Let's talk about Bleeding Red.
Yes, let's talk about the CBCO blood drive again. Not again. This is the first time we're talking about this one.
Yeah, it's just different events.
Right.
Yes.
So June 19th, which is just a little over a month away. So go ahead and get this one on your calendar. And it looks like they're giving away a free shirt and tickets while supplies last. So you can go online and make your appointment for that one. Will you be down there?
Springfield Car-
Yes.
Gear.
Will you be down there giving blood
That's
this time?
Thursday.
Yeah.
That's right after our show.
It
so
is,
maybe
yeah.
you and I can grab a whole
we-
bunch of people and we'll go
Yeah.
down. How's that?
Yeah.
We'll do it as a group.
There we go. That'll be fun. So join us on June 19th and we can just go together and
There
give
you
some
go.
blood. All right. I think that's all.
And Bleed Red. What if they want to join the chamber?
Yes. And our chamber is growing and we are so incredibly thankful. We are meeting new people all the time, new businesses. And so we are super thankful for that. So if you want to join in the Marshfield Chamber Fun, you can scan that QR code right there, or you can go to discovermarshfield.com and go to the membership tab and find out how to join the chamber. And if you are an individual who just wants to join the chamber to just be part of the family, not business affiliated, but just
Right.
join as an individual, you can do that for $25.
Well,
and if you're an at-home business,
yeah, it's real reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, we're back to growing about 3 new members a week.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
really been great.
yeah, we've already had one new member, the Scouting America, joined
Mhm.
on Monday. So yeah, there's just
And
we're
2 more
loving
we
it.
think are going to happen from
Yes,
yesterday.
Yes. So it's just an exciting time to be part of the chamber.
Okay.
And we hope you'll join us.
So when's our next show?
So our next show is next Thursday, May the 22nd, and we're going to be back at Las Coselas.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to welcome Trevor Crowley from Crowley Insurance. And I'm excited about this one because Trevor is going to be talking about the MIWA insurance plan, and that's the Chamber Group health insurance plan. Did
Right.
I say that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you are a chamber member or considering joining the chamber, this is a show you don't want to miss because he's going to talk about this program and how it could potentially save you money on your health insurance.
What it is, and it's like a consortium. So
Yeah.
a small business of 10 people can get similar rates to a company of 100 or 1,000
Right.
people. By the way, they put it together.
Right.
And Trevor and his group have done a great job
They
promoting
have
it.
done.
And we have several chamber partners
do.
who, be honest, they joined for the
They
insurance.
do. Well, we had one member who joined the chamber and took advantage of the chamber health insurance plan, and they saved over $1,000 a month on their health insurance by using this MIWA program. So definitely tune in next Thursday at 9:00 right here on Facebook. We'll have Trevor Curley on with us.
And you'll learn a lot more about Trevor and what they do.
Yes.
Besides Miwa,
Right,
we
right.
kind of selfish when we talked about
Yes.
Trevor and Miwa and past episodes.
So if you missed a past episode of Good Morning Marshfield, or if you just want to re-watch the show, just scan that QR code right there, or you can go to discovermarshfield.com and go to the news section, and you can see those past episodes there. I will have this episode on probably later today or tomorrow. So if you missed something in today's episode, because there was a lot of information given today,
Right.
you can go back and watch it. Yeah.
And how about we close with our sponsors?
Yes. Once again, we could not do this show without our sponsors. So a huge thank you to Whispering Oaks Golf Course, Marshfield Chevrolet, and Las Cruzelas. We could not do this show without you, and we are so incredibly thankful for you and our viewers too.
That's right. And we're always remiss in saying we have openings if people want to join
We
the show
do,
and become a
yes.
sponsor.
do
We have some
openings for
opportunities there,
sponsorship if
especially
you're-
seasonal type people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if your business would like to get involved with Good Morning Marshfield, feel free to reach out to me or Rob. Really, either one of us would be
Reach
fine.
out to you and we'll get hooked up.
Yeah, we can discuss some sponsorship opportunities because we have a lot of fun.
That's right. That's right.
We have a lot of fun.
All right. We've gone long.
We have.
Let the people go.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Good Morning Marshfield. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.